Hey, what's up, everybody? Ryan, ATX Metal Podcast, back again with another episode. And in this episode, we have Cytera. Side effects may include mosh pitting, headbanging, circle pitting, crying, fetal position, maybe minimal, slight diarrhea. But those are the only side effects that I can confirm from consuming one Cytera in an eight-hour period. For those of you joining me, thank you for allowing me into your space. This is the fun one. We've got a three-piece here out of Austin named Cytera, like I said. They submitted their music via email to get on what is now the Texas Takeover. Sunday nights, 8 o'clock, No Control Radio, 93.7 HD2. Most cars come with an HD setting. You just have to turn it on. So if you find yourself on a Sunday night wanting to listen to a 100% curated Texas metal playlist, I'm your guy. And No Control Radio is your place. You can find us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn, or you can just go to 93.7. You can Google No Control Radio, listen live, and you'll go straight to the website. So there's many places you can go find this. But like I said, Alex from Cytera emailed in their newest one called Dethroned. They have others out, Crave and Alice, which we talk about in the interview. Their concepts, what's going forward. We also talk about them hitting the stage for the first time. Now, Tony and Aaron, the guitarist and drummer of the band, they obviously have been on the stage, but Alex has not, and they have not been together on stage as a three-piece. We get into rehearsal and practicing. Practice makes permanent, so there's a little bit of fun in there. And then obviously all the other questions about where they came from, influences and stuff like that, lyrics included. So other than that, really good show, really good time, a lot of funny stuff. Stick around, hang out. Gonna give a little shout out to the supporter. My microphone keeps going away from me. Stay here. Come and Take It Live, Come and Take It Productions. If you are interested in going to a show, head over to Come and Take It Live or comeandtakeit.com. Check out the events calendar page. If you're on Facebook, just go to Come and Take It Live or Come and Take It Productions. Select the events tab and then just go from there. If you see a local band that is opening up a show, say you like the headliner, let's just say, I don't know, Cryptopsy's coming through. Now, obviously, that tour is going to have their own lineup, but let's just say, for the sake of saying, there is a local on the bill. I, as a advocate for the locals, would advise you, someone who also I would assume is an advocate for the locals, purchase your ticket from them. Usually, if you're on the website for Come and Take It Live or Come and Take It Productions, all you have to do is type in the band's full name, no spaces, all caps, and you get a little bit of a discount. Or you can reach out to the band and ask them if they have physical tickets or if you can Venmo them, avoid the online fees, and get a little bit of a discount. So that way you can buy some merch whenever you get there. Because that's what makes the wheels go round. Merch money. Also, shots of TX. Actually, I'm gonna get hit for that one. Anyway, enjoy the show. Catch No Control Radio, Texas Takeover Sundays at 8 o'clock, and check out this podcast right now. What's up, everybody? Ryan, ATX Metal Podcast, back again with another episode. And today we have a band not called Cytera, it's Cytera. Apparently that's a thing that happens a lot. I'm guilty of that as well, but my bad. We'll make it up to you. And that's why we're here. This is actually the makeup. But they got a new song out, Dethroned. It slaps. I didn't even know that some of these guys were in this band. This is going to be a good one. Go around the room, introduce yourself, who you are, what you do in the band, and where you're from, and we'll go from there.
Hello. So I'm Aaron, and I play the drums, and that's pretty much about it. Let's move it on.
I'm Tony. I play guitar.
I'm Alex. I make noises into the microphone. Sometimes it sounds good, sometimes it doesn't.
So one guitar, one drummer, one vocalist, no bass or other guitar. Is it just the three-piece?
just a 3-piece.
And you only scream. You like no other instruments?
Not live. I mean, I don't do guitar. Not at the same time. I'm not like Matt Heafy. That guy's awesome. I can't do that shit.
He's like walking, chewing gum. Yes, we can do that. Singing, playing guitar, we're not there yet.
Exactly. That's it.
But Alex, you are the OG of the band. Go ahead and get everybody a rundown of the band, when it formed. Just a little brief bio, and then just catch everybody up to where we're at today.
Yeah, so brief high-level overview. Formed in 2016, came out with about 5 songs over like 2 years with an old lineup. Tony's been involved for a while, kind of in the background. We took a hiatus for a few years and then came back last year with some new material and with these 2 guys, 3 of us, right? So we're just there to kick some ass, make some new banging music, and see where it takes us.
Tony, how'd you get involved with Alex? Because I mean, I've known you for a minute, and I mean, you've been around the block, as they say. So what's been going on?
Oh, he's a slut.
What's been going on in the Lerma camp?
So I've known Alex since like high school, and so we go like back to those, that age. But the way I got involved was it actually started. So not only did I know Alex in high school, but we were roommates. He was my first roommate right outside of high school at like 17, 18, and we moved into an apartment together. And so I got involved in the band. Literally one day, I just went into his room and was like, "Hey, what do you want to do with your life?" Like it was something like that, bro. And he's like, and he was working on music, and I think Villamora EP had just came out, right? So I was doing that, and he's like, "Well, I want to start a band." I was like, "Okay, come up with a name," and then like that was it. I just went back to my room and I like rolled up a joint, and like that was it. That was my day. So I got involved around that time, and I wasn't like a member like how I am now. We fast forward a couple years, and then I ended up being in Down and Dirty, right? And it was during that time when I was with Down and Dirty that Alex approached me, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm like really ready to do this." And I was like, "Okay, let me hook you up." And then that's pretty much how it started. I started as like managing them a little bit and just kind of giving them pointers on like getting them right on the what's that, like on the right steps, or on the right
On the
track,
right
right
path.
from the beginning. Yeah, just right from the beginning. No bullshit, none of that nonsense. And then some other stuff happened, and now I'm a member.
Man, you just breezed right through. Some other stuff happened, and
Well,
now I'm a member. It's like,
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about that, but we could talk about it later.
Listen, sir. You guys are allowed to talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you got to get some dirty laundry aired out, go for it. If you want to, like, put
Sometimes
an
I
olive
forget.
branch out.
Sometimes I
So, hey.
accidentally pour my milk before my cereal.
I look, man. Look, bands are like businesses, right? And if you don't, you got to have the right people in the bit, to make the business go, to make it work. And if, some member, I have no fucking clue who you're talking to. I'm assuming the other guitarist left under, whatever circumstances, and now you're there. So whatever happened, doesn't matter to me. So I just care about the music and what the people want to listen to. Okay. We're here for some ones and zeros, some breakdowns, some wheedly deedlies. Heard you guys got that. Aaron over there. Aaron, how'd you get into the band?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Before I answer, let me try to get myself a little bit comfortable here. It's gonna be a big buckle up. This is kind of gonna be more of a one-on-one type of situation. So
yeah, hold on. Let me scoot in here, dude. Let's get personal.
Yeah. All right. So basically, what happened is I had to take a step back from my life at my current job. My boss kept hounding me, saying I wasn't getting good enough pictures of Spider-Man, but we sell life insurance. I have no idea why that even mattered. Plus, the guy who was taking better pictures than me, it's like he knew the guy. So I couldn't even compare. And then after that, went to Chili's, and I always get the triple dipper, but then they stopped serving me the triple dipper because I would get multiple triple dippers, and they're like, this is a party platter, you need to have more people, you shouldn't be ordering that. So then I was like, okay, what are some cool dudes that can help me consume the triple dipper, or I like to call it the tri-die cubed meal. And then that's when I hit these guys up. Or no, actually, yeah, I saw that they were available, and I was like, Chili's can't turn this down, especially if we make good music. So that's ultimately the plan there. And plus, you know, I'm a little picky. It caught me at a good time. I was.
I'm sorry, dude.
I laugh if you want.
They caught me at a good
I'm
time.
Only pouring,
I think that,
you know, it's only my life, but
dude, I am so sorry. I did not mean to.
No, it's cool.
My
It's
apologies.
fine.
Keep going,
Don't worry about
man.
it.
I know you're pouring your heart out here.
Uh,
So sorry.
yeah, you know, but yeah. So you know, as
So the
you
so you called the homies to help you smash the
Yes.
tri-die
tri-die
cube. The tri-die cube. You're like,
Yes.
I got this. It's in the bag. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm there.
And the craziest part about all this is we like collectively haven't all gone to Chili's yet. See, I mean, these are just kinks that we have to work out. Every kind of band that's just, you know, going through has to work, you know, through their struggles and their issues. And this is just one of the hurdles that apparently we're going to have to go over. So,
I mean,
looking forward
the
to that.
Chili's schedule is that's a tough debate. You know, like you got actually, you know what? If you need, I'm here for you guys. I can be the moderator. I can be, you know, an unbiased check. You know, maybe he doesn't want the Arnold Palmer, right? Maybe he doesn't care about the Southwest egg rolls. But you know, this is going to be tough.
Everyone has their own flavors, their own selective palate, and
I mean,
yeah,
it's tough. You know what? I'm glad you opened up, Aaron. I'm glad that's.
I might know a guy.
We're breaking through today, guys. We're breaking through.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're making some. You unzipped me. I completely poured out. Oh God. Okay, that was a lot. Anyways.
Oh, what the fuck up is Chili's? Oh wait, I said that wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, we want to play a show at Chili's. We're gonna hit someone up.
Hey, dude, I think
What's up,
you know.
Denny's?
I think the Denny's. I mean, that's so iconic. There's been, you know, I've seen people playing Waffle Houses. I'm pretty sure I've seen Chili's. It's just a
Dude, Waffle House would be awesome.
Dude, Waffle House will fight you. I mean, Waffle House is its own.
You imagine a show going on and like you get the awesome food, you playing, the band's beating down, people in the mosh pit, and then there's like a couple street fights like right behind you.
Dude, yeah. I mean,
That's
that is. Yeah.
Has anyone done a nursing home though? Because I can get down with some fucking crutches. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, if we're trying to, I mean, that's a,
you know, and then they throw their walker like out the fucking window, just like that.
Imagine throwing a show at a nursing home, though. I mean,
I would do it.
There was, speaking of nursing homes, there's this guy that was playing. I forget what song it was, but it was a very raunchy R&B hip hop song, but in more of a jazz style. So he's on the piano and he's kind of sexing it up. And some of the lyrics, you know, the lyrics are at the bottom, like, yeah, I want to come over there and smash that, or just something just very vulgar. But because he's singing it so nicely, all these retirement home people are just kind of like, they're just going along with it. And it's like they have no clue that they're listening to, I don't know, Trick Daddy or Nicki Minaj or something.
Better not be R. Kelly.
Don't do that.
Not in a nursing home. Well, maybe.
So Alex, you are the OG. You formed this in 2006, obviously. So we're going on 10 years now. And you said that you guys took a little hiatus. Was that? I'm assuming that was during COVID era.
Yeah, honestly, it all blurs together. A decade doesn't sound like a long time, but you know, when you're almost 30, it's like a 30-year life. Yeah, it was mostly just finding the right people. Earlier, you said a band is like a business. I fully agree with you. So I won't go into where I personally work, but I've been in the business, finance sector for a while. And it's so funny
Cool.
to see the people that treat bands like a business are the most successful. Now, getting people that see that vision and want to stick around for it is the tough part, right? So I think these are truly the best guys that I've had the good fortune of meeting, and they share that vision, right? But that's what the hiatus was. It was, well, how can I find those people? What should it look like? And what does the band actually want to do? You have a lot of bands that are like online only or go play 5 million shows. We're like somewhere in between, trying to play our first and staying online, right? So just figuring it out.
Where have you guys not where have when do you guys project that you will be playing a show? And obviously, will it be somewhere local, or is it you guys gonna try to go out of town and work some stuff out?
Probably depends. These guys might have some insight too, since they've all played shows. I haven't yet, but we were looking at. Oh, you thirsty? He's a thirsty ass bitch, isn't he? Look at him. I'm just kidding. We were looking at maybe Dallas for our first one, just because there was an opportunity. But honestly, I'd rather start in the hometown of Austin.
Ooh, you know what? As you were talking, I was just thinking, like, your very first show, would it be a benefit to actually not play in your hometown, to kind of in case some shit goes like terribly wrong and you're like, I'm glad no one saw that I know, right?
Yeah, we were thinking Japan. I don't know any
But-
Japanese people, so that might be good.
Yeah, yeah, sign me up. I mean, you guys, it's
We'll
kind
just
of
fly over there.
kind of it's just an expensive experiment, but hey, at least you got to play in Japan,
That'd be
silver
cool.
lining.
Yeah.
But so, man, so wow, so this will be your first show. Did I hear that right?
Yeah. So I played. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is gonna sound really lame, and then you realize how awesome it is. I played flute for 14 years. Okay, so I've been on a
I know.
stage, in front of 3 people before. It's kind of cool. What are parents, right? When I was in high school. No, I did. I jumped up on. I jumped up on stage with Villamora for one song, and that's the only time I've been on stage for metal, and that was fucking fun. It was pretty cool. But yeah, it'd be first time.
What'd you just like do, like a fill in on vocals or like a backup or something?
Yeah, it was just like a fill-in on vocals. I think they had just like a scheduling conflict, but it was pretty fun. I don't even remember which song it was. Honestly, when it's your first time and the lights are on you, you're kind of like out of body experience. You blink and then it's over. You're back at the merch booth, fangirling over them. So buying some Villa stickers or whatever. That's how it happened.
Yeah, dude. I'm like I've said 100 times or a million times, I'm not a musician, but I have. Even I understand that nervousness, like whenever you get on stage and the lights come on and you're like, I just forgot all of my fucking lyrics, or you're just like, what? Aaron, you seem to space out a lot. What do you do? How do you keep yourself in check on the drum kit when it's time to play?
Okay, so actually, I do think about this a lot, and this was something that I struggled with. To get personal again. So I found that, you're just kind of viewing it. If you're zoomed in too much on one thing, you're using too much CPU, and it's going to take up too much of your mind, and you're going to forget other things. It's good to still kind of like take a step back and assess your situation, and then focus on what's, happening in the moment, rather than what's worrying about what's going to happen in the future. And the biggest thing was trying not to perceive yourself by imagining how other people's are perceiving you at that moment. Like, oh, I see it. I think people are viewing me this way or this way. If you just get rid of that completely, and then you're going to have that confidence up there, and because you're just in the moment completely. And once you're in that moment, that's when you thrive completely. So that's what's helped me out a good amount when it comes to, any kind of nervousness or forgetting what's going to happen. And also too, if you mess up, if you start thinking about that, it's going to haunt you. So you just got to really it's not about the mistake, it's about the recovery and then moving forward, So sometimes people don't notice those things, and it's just you, and just got to get out of your own head a little bit. That's how I deal with it.
I've seen just from going to, enough shows and knowing the music well enough, I've seen you guys mess up, right? Like I've seen those little moments in time where it's like missed that note, and for the most part, I see people just smile. Like it's almost like you're laughing
Yeah.
at yourself. You're like, I can't believe I fucking missed that
Yeah.
note. No one noticed. Da 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 da. And
Like if you see me
I
play,
think
I'm almost kind of excited. Like, you know, I just kind of shake it off. I'm like, like that's not what I meant to do. And like that's the healthy way. I mean, you're seeing a live show. Like if you want it perfect, go listen to the record. You know, like we're all human, and I think just so, you know, not take it seriously, but don't take perfection. You know, chasing that perfection in an unhealthy way. I think that's where people start getting in their own heads and messing up. But yeah.
Tony, what do you do to prepare whenever the lights turn on? Because I mean, you've been playing shows for a minute. Do you still get that? You still get them butterflies and like, I hope I've got that thing plugged in or patched right.
Dude, I get butterflies like every time. Like I thought I would get over it, you know, at one point, but no, it never goes away. I think it's just part of it. Like, but I will say, like, once I'm on the stage, it's like different. It's like I'm super comfortable. Even if I mess up, you know, I kind of just like what Aaron said, just kind of just like, oh, whoops. Hopefully they didn't hear that. But no, yeah, I get butterflies every time still. I think that will probably be like a forever thing. I know there's a lot of like professionals that, you know, they still get like butterflies all the time. And it just like they say it never goes away, and I don't know, that makes me feel a little bit better. But as far as prepare, once on stage it feels like rehearsal in a sense. I know it sounds weird,
Okay.
but like basically you should rehearse how you're going to perform. So, you know, you should, if you're going to move, you should move at rehearsal. That's not to say treat rehearsal like practice. Practice is at home. Practice is where you try to get permanent, not perfect. Rehearsal is with your boys. You shouldn't be learning your parts at rehearsal, please. It just wastes everyone's time.
Oh, that's gonna be the name of this. That's gonna be the. Oh my god!
Please don't do that.
Say that again. Rehearsal is not for practice. Practice
Rehearsal
is
is not for practice. Rehearsal is the time with the boys. Don't learn your parts at rehearsal, please.
Don't learn your parts at rehearsal. That's right. Don't learn your parts at rehearsal. Fuck,
well, with all
dude.
that being said,
I'm sorry.
when you get on when you get on stage, it's at some point you like probably within after the heebie-jeebies go away, you feel like you're at rehearsal, and because you do that consecutively, you feel super comfortable when you're performing on stage. The part that I say that like is still probably uncomfortable on stage would be like, I guess like if you suck or something and the audience is just letting you know you suck, you know, okay. But if you're rehearsing a lot, you wouldn't even be worried about that. I mean, if your music slams and you're badass, like the energy from the people is going to feed your energy. I'd say like the hardest shows to play are like the ones where like nobody's moving and you're giving all this energy and everyone's just like, you know, like that's like probably the hardest show to play.
They're hanging out.
But I
They're hanging out with people my age against the wall, just like, this is some good music. But my back
even,
says
like,
I
bobbing
can't
their
get in
head
that
at
mosh
all.
pit.
I like to stare at other drummers on stage like this.
Oh, dude, yeah. Just
and that's me having a good time.
Once that drummer locks into Aaron's eye gaze, he's like, why is this guy fucking staring at me? And then he gets in his head and all of a sudden he's like not even looking at the crowd or his kit anymore. He's just grooving. Aaron's looking at him and they're like this synergistic, like Aaron's like, yeah, homie, flow. Get in the pocket,
actually, I
son.
had that happen. This guy psyched me out. I was playing a show. And like, you know, I'm like looking at the crowd, because you know, I just was checking it out. I usually just stare at my drum kit like it owes me money. But I look out and everyone's just like, yeah. But then there's this one guy who's like, and I could not. I literally was like, huh? Like, I was like, huh? And then, but for some reason, I just couldn't like shake it out of my head. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier. You know, if you start thinking about other things, it takes up your CPU. And I was like, in my head, I was like, watch this be the reason I mess something up. And sure enough, it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, all because of a guy going, so
It's
dude,
it's like in the movies,
it's real.
or it's in the movies like a show. Whenever there's like a very wide shot camera and it's like a crowded street, and then it zooms in real tight and it's just one person in the opposite direction looking at the camera, but everybody else is walking. And,
Like
and
like
you're
those
just like,
Tarantino shots where it's like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I feel like now that I'm saying this, like people who are gonna see me live now, they're gonna actively try to do this.
They're gonna stare at you.
There's gonna be like a group
Yes.
of people just
Yes, this I've already started a subreddit as we've been talking about.
Let's go.
It's called
right.
Eyes with Aaron, guys. Eyes with Aaron.
Eyes there. Yeah, I'll do it blindfolded now. You know, it's gonna be like Bird Box.
Yeah, dude. Bird Box
I'm gonna shoot
drumming.
it like
Let's
that.
go.
Wait, y'all gonna have to like guide me on stage, like. You're
Yeah,
gonna sit here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be like, what's wrong with the drummer? Why is he blind? Is he actually blind? And they're like, no, he just doesn't like people staring at him. There was an incident back in 2025 that has like
This guy just looking at
PTSD,
him.
but he's still a killer drummer and wants to play. And all of a sudden, like there's a Netflix documentary about all of this, and maybe there's a GoFundMe for the PTSD or something. I don't know. I feel like
Aaron
we're
with
going
his
off
anxiety.
It's post-traumatic stress drummers. That's exactly what it is.
That's it. Post-traumatic stress drummers.
If only there was a good actor.
Right. I know. Like, what is anyway? Alex, you as the front man, you actually have to look at people.
Oh, I do? Shit.
I mean, let me rephrase that. You don't have to look at people.
I look at through
But you
them.
are. Yeah, it's I've heard different tactics from different vocalists. So I'm just curious, like when since we're kind of going through everybody, what are some of your things that you go through before you get on stage? I actually, since you haven't really been on stage, what are you looking
Keep rubbing
forward
it in.
to be scared of?
Wow. I'm psyching myself up to prepare to be scared of
Yeah.
Honestly, I just think it's the probably the switching from screaming and singing.
Okay.
It's not so much like forgetting lyrics or having someone look at me funny like they do at Aaron all the time and, you know, pointing and laughing until he falls off his kit. It's more so just like when you're going up there and you got the hot lights, like everything I've heard from other vocalists is just you're going to be way more fatigued than when you're at rehearsal. So to prepare for it, I mean, I've been running like a lot. I haven't ran this much since I was in the Army, but I'm doing it again, and I'm hoping that just prepares it, right? Agility.
Yeah, man. You gotta get cardio is life, baby. I have been back into running for a few years now, and I'm currently the goals for this year are to run a half marathon and possibly a marathon, but that I'm not sure. Definitely shooting for the half, but I could only imagine. And yeah, I've talked to other bands about, you know, what they do to like talking to John from Snakefather. That dude is just, I mean, the guy just takes up an entire fucking room. I mean, he's huge. And the amount of movement that dude exerts on stage is like fucking phenomenal. And I was just curious, what are some of the things that you guys do or that you guys are going to do to prepare for the first show? I mean, just a shit ton of rehearsing and don't learn your shit at rehearsal, right?
Yeah, see, it's like an oxymoron. It's like we want to have a lot of rehearsals, but if you're practicing at home, then you don't have a lot of rehearsals. So really, it's just kind of like a sound check. Like there's the big room, you know, that we'll rent at the space, you know, bring the rig and kind of, you know, mess around with everything to make it sound perfect. But you know, from what I've heard from the guys, there's never going to be a perfect scenario. You're going to go to different venues, and it's just not going to. Right. So I think to answer your question, it's preparing for when shit hits the fan and just how do you recover, to Aaron's point. So going through different scenarios. This guy gave me vocal homework right here. So he's like, you should play the whole set list, you know, in my hot ass garage. I live in Gerald, so it's higher elevation. It's like I'm touching the sun already. I'm practically in Dallas. And
Gerald is Sonora Desert.
waiting for the tornado to hit me, you know, and just take me off the planet, so I don't have to worry about the homework he gave me anymore. But basically, to do the set list with like no in-ears, do it with them, do it with one missing, do it with only drums, just 400% volume in my ears, and that's all I can hear is Aaron bleeding me. That's his mix. That's his mix. So that's how I'm gonna prepare. What about you guys?
Yeah,
it's true. I did just give him like.
I was just gonna say, I'm curious, Tony. So you gave Alex like actual homework?
Yes, I did. Prepare. This is actually fairly recent too, as of like. How long has it been?
2 days.
2 days ago.
47 hours.
I'm sorry, my ADD is like popping off right now. I'm like,
okay.
But yeah, so I did give him homework. I just like I laid it all out, and I put it in a PDF and made it look nice. It was like all my thoughts, and I was just like, look, I've worked with like okay vocalists. I've worked with probably the best vocalist I've ever worked with in my life. And then I was like, and now here's you. So so I gave him a lot of homework. I'm like, look, I know what some of these guys struggled with, and I know what some of them like wanted to get better at. So this is what you should do. And yeah, one of the pieces of advice I gave him was to literally rehearse in a bad environment. So that way, whenever he's in a bad environment, and hopefully we never are, but so for example, like some venues that are just like super boomy, like he can actually hear or know what he's doing, tonality with his voice, and actually sound on pitch, and not have to be like so reliant on the two methods that I see people do. The first method being pitch correction on their signal chain, right?
We don't want that.
Or this is probably the worst one, but I know people do it. Actually putting their vocal from the master track as a backing track to make up for that they can't sing. Not just the harmonies, but like the actual vocal.
No.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Like so and I get that, you know, like if you gotta do that, you gotta do that. But I don't want him to have to rely on that. I also the last band I was in, you know, the guy did everything like raw, and he was like super good. So it's kind of like he just blew my mind. I was just like, you know, that's the new standard. Like I just can't it can't not be that anymore. I'll just be disappointed. Also, and you know, I see the bands come through, and like some of them do it really well. Like me and Aaron just saw Volumes this Thursday or last Thursday, and like Mike Terry sounds great, dude. And I was just like, wow, he sounds really good. Of course, I never seen him live, but you know, part of me was like, I wonder how he is. You know, I wonder how he's gonna be. And I was checking out their stuff and checking out what the sound guy, you know, was doing, all that jazz. Because I'm a nerd like that,
dude.
But
the sound guy. If the sound guy is on, then the sound guy is on. You know, like
dude.
I mean, you can take a good sound dude with a shitty setup and, you know, make some cool music, but yeah, having your stuff together to give to Taylor at like Come and Take It. He's super professional. I mean, you guys have worked with him before. He's a monster. Whenever you guys, so we've been going for like almost 40 minutes and haven't even talked about the music.
It's okay. This could be a 2-hour. Lots of clips.
Man, I was just sitting there thinking in my head, like, have we even talked about the music? No. So let's get into
that.
Let's get.
We make music, guys.
Like I thought we were here to help Aaron with his, you know.
We're going to Chili's after.
With his like.
Now I feel like we gotta go to Chili's after this.
We're going to Chili's,
dude. Wait, hold on. Shout out Chili's, the 3 for Me combo. That's $10.99. You get a smash burger, house salad, Coke Zero with no ice. No, fuck you, dude. No.
Let's go.
Sponsor us, Chili's, please.
You get the smash burger sliders, the wings.
Here we go. We're getting it direct from the source.
You get another option, but I'll leave that one as a mystery for you to figure out yourself. You know, well, that's my homework for you, actually, is to see
for me,
for anyone listening, and you as well.
Okay.
Go to Chili's to save you money.
We're not sponsored by them, but we may be in the future. Policies apply.
Please check the terms and conditions. Oh man,
may cause balding.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's real quick. That just took my brain to a real bad spot. You know, when you get when you're hanging out late night TV and you get the infomercials that,
Yeah.
basically if you take this pill, you'll die worse than if you don't take the pill or whatever injection that. So we're trying to do this little side hustle called Side Effects May Include, and it's where we watch it's a it's a reaction video to prescription drug commercials. But then we actually break down the video and try to figure out what they're trying to solve. Anyway, this is not music related. This
is a genius idea because
Just take the drugs.
taking those things is almost like, oh man, it's like,
there's
it's like, dude, I might
There's
just
some out there.
not take it.
Yeah, the disclaimer says that my perineum is going to be inflamed. Do you know what your perineum is? It's not a fun thing to get inflamed. I'll tell you that much. Not that I've ever had an inflamed perineum. Just saying.
It does sound like a bad
I don't know
time.
how we got here, guys,
Uh,
but I'm glad that we're here. Let's talk about some. Dude, you know what? Your name actually looks like a drug that could be taken.
Wait, my name?
No, Cytera. That sounds like a
Oh.
drug name.
I was like, I guess.
Not Aaron Huggins.
You guys ever popped a
No,
couple
dude.
errands before in a back dark alleyway? Dude, I popped a Tony. I don't know about Alex though. That one gave me hepatitis.
Oh God, no. Oh man, this is perfect. This is perfect.
We do have
This
a
is
song that's
perfect.
kind of like, I guess, about drugs in a way. It was
Oh.
called Crave.
No.
Crave's about drugs.
It's like the first one we released, like,
Oh man.
I guess, like official,
Whoa.
like I do the marketing and all that jazz and the meta ads and yeah. Alex, you should take it away.
Yeah.
Was there a question in there,
Let's get
Tony?
away. Let's get away from pharmaceutical drugs and dying grandmas.
The dying grandmas, bro.
I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, I fucking can't.
Oh man. Okay. Woof.
Who's Frabaha?
Okay.
Yeah.
In and out. Okay. Music. Cytera. It's not a drug. Maybe it is a drug. Maybe you'll get hooked on Cytera for the new music that they're going to release. Alex, tell me about the new music. There, finally. God, I got it out. Woo.
All right, you're okay there? Yeah, he took too many
Man.
Cyteras this morning.
Man.
Are you talking about the music we
Okay.
have coming out like later this year or the stuff we just dropped?
Both. Let's go for both.
All right, I'll talk about them at the same time. I'm just
Yes.
kidding. So the music we just came out with, Tony was right. You know, we dropped Crave back in August. That was like our first song, together. And after that hiatus, the kind of idea, like when you look at bands, they always have this big overarching message for like the name of the band, and then obviously themed albums and EPs and stuff. The band name's always been about just kind of social issues and things that, in my opinion, will never ever go away. We could live on Mars, we could have 1 billion people there, and you're still going to deal with the same shit. So that's kind of what the name of the band meant. Cy being cycle, repeating, and Terra meaning of earth. But Crave was kind of about drugs, obsession, and addiction. Most bands in the metalcore kind of genre, I feel like have had at least one song about this. It was like, how do we kind of do a take on it? But we really wanted like an EDM kind of anthem, something where he can stare down other people in the audience and just beat the shit out of like a 4 on the floor beat.
I'm a wook, so that's what got me I'm a wook, so that's kind of got me into this project here. I love EDM stuff. Like, give me a good wonky bass line and like some good tear out. Like, I'm headbanging there. So that's
I am also an EDM fan. I love some good drum and bass. I love really fell
He's
into the
beatboxing.
trap and but go ahead. So that's good. Yeah, I like
No.
I like that that's starting to be more, I don't want to say socially acceptable, but examples that come to mind like the Browning. They
Yeah,
mix a lot
phenomenal.
of EDM into their stuff. Yeah.
My favorite, honestly, is Northlane. So, like, talking about the music, we all have our own inspirations. Mine, for a long time, recently, it's been like Thornhill Boundaries. That's why I'm wearing their shirt. Jacob's a phenomenal vocalist. But for like curating and carving out the sound, first of all, we have an excellent producer. You know, shout out Richie from Fire from the Gods. He makes amazing stuff. We've been working with him since 2016. But anyway, Crave is like an electronic track. Alice, that one also brings back like the Four on the Floor vibe, right? So like the idea was these are bands we look up to. And if we were ever in a position where we could play with them one day, it'd be sick to have a set list that kind of just all makes sense thematically. Alice is about, it's actually really, really fucking dark. That one's about sex trafficking. So I wrote like exactly. I wrote in my mind, it was going to be like an anime of a girl named Alice that basically infiltrates like one of those underground kind of areas, and she just fucking kills all the perverts, the bad people, whatever. It was kind of like, if you ever seen the movie Sucker Punch, I was almost thinking of like that theme mixed with kind of like any revenge storyline you've had, John Wick. I was gonna make an anime, but when you look at it, getting those artists to do that are like $5,000-$6,000. It's fucking expensive. So we were like, well, let's just make like a really cool visualizer and drop the song. And then the third one, Dethroned, if I want to be not as deep, I had a shitty boss. Fuck that guy. The song's about him. But it's about anyone in leadership that kind of takes advantage of the people that entrust themselves to follow that person. And I have a line in there, "You'll die alone, you motherfucking bitch," right at the breakdown. That's kind of like my thoughts about those people. When people put trust in you and you kind of ruin that, you don't really deserve to have anything, in my opinion. So anyway, that's it. And then the stuff we got coming out later this year, we have a surprise I'm not even going to allude to here because they would kill me. But we have we got a new song coming out that's going to probably be our best one. And then some stuff later on in the year as well.
Okay.
I need some water, man. You're making me talk about music. I'm getting thirsty. I'm a thirsty.
We tend to have conversations about, frets and whatnot. Man, that's wow. So from drugs and addiction to trafficking to fuck your boss. That's
well, not
I think
fuck your
everybody.
boss.
Yeah.
They might get the wrong idea.
Not in the literal sense.
Because then it's like, now I have a problem with HR. Now that's a problem.
Yeah.
The Karens and the Kevins that work remote from home, no offense to anybody that may be listening right here. Inclusions do not apply. Do not take offense and do not take more than one Cytera per every 8 hours. Just like that.
That was actually...
Songs may cause deep offense and fuck you. Okay.
Dude, what if bands actually had to come with a fucking warning like that? Like, remember, I don't know the average age on the other side of the screen, but I lived through the era when they didn't have the TV14, TV7, TVMA ratings. Like I'm 42, so I grew up through that. And so then they started putting like the disclaimers on this was huge when they put the parental discretion advised on the CDs. I wonder if they'd ever take it a step further and like put a warning on the mute, like you just said, like, do not consume more than 8 hours of this type of music because of blah, 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 blah. There's got to be a condition out there. Maybe you should take some Cytera. Maybe it'll help.
It's like they have all that stuff on there, but you meet like metalheads and like rock heads, and they're some of the nicest, most sane people ever. Some. I'm not saying all, but some. The other half are kind of nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the craziest part. It's like
there's a few bad eggs out there, but there's more good than bad.
I always thought it was crazy how like society, like especially if you go talk to some boomers, like boomers or something, they're just like, oh, you play metal? That's like devil's music. It's like, what, bro? It's just hardcore. And they're like, oh, you must be very unstable. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm living good. I work a job.
Watch it.
I always just thought it was interesting how like the label around like having all that parental advisory and all that stuff just spreaded like so much fear into people, and when really like some of the nicest people on this earth listen to that stuff day in and day out, hardcore blasting it, and they're fine. It's like I don't know. I almost wonder like why they put all the stuff on the albums, because it's not even like it's not even really a threat to kids either. That's all dependent on the parent and how the parent raises the child. Like straight up, just saying.
No, dude, I've been taking my daughter to metal shows since she was 9 or 10, and one of the very first shows that she went to was like a hardcore show where Rain was
Oh,
headlining.
hell yeah, I remember Rain.
And, yeah, and it's like, you know, people were looking at me like, dude, like, hell yeah, man, I can't believe you got your daughter here. But then, you know, people just don't know, and it's almost like there's like this taboo of bringing a child to a metal concert. It's like,
Yeah, like it's like not
take
allowed or
kids-
something.
yeah,
oh,
like
they're
you
gonna
take your kids
grow
to
up
the
bad.
country. Yeah, like you're gonna take them to the country, you know, the country show, or you know, the easy listening on the at the baseball field or whatever. It's like it's just music, and I understand
would
that there's words and you know, themes of music that, you know, obviously aren't meant for, you know, like I'm not gonna let her listen to like some grindcore and
Yeah.
and
What's it called?
you
A
know, like
porno core or whatever?
yeah, porno core. Like we're not listening to that. We're listening to, you know, like she's listening to K-pop bands and um Fit for a King and Memphis Mayfire
I get
and
down some BTS.
yeah, and then like, you know, she's a Paramore fan. Like I love being able to pass along, you know, songs that I love to my kid and then hear her, like she'll come up with the phone and she'll be like, "Hey, I got this new song for you." And I'll listen to it like, "Holy shit, like this is good. Who is this?" and then I'll like, you know, reach out to him on Instagram, be like, "Hey, my daughter found your music. You want to get an interview in?" And then, you know, but yeah, I'm not sure where we're going with this, but I think it had something to do with like parental discretion and warnings and whatnot. But the themes of your music, Alex, I know that, you know, is that going to be carried forward with the new music?
Yeah, I think the idea was to have each song's just like completely different slice of a theme, right? Like I've seen some bands successfully, like I'm gonna use Thornhill as an example, right? Bodies. The entire album's theme is like sexy, seductive, kind of, you read the lyrics and it's about guy going to a club, seeing a girl, and then it doesn't sound that shallow because his writing is so excellent, right? Instead of saying, hey, for our next 4 or 5 songs, we're gonna pick one theme and then talk about it 4 or 5 different ways. Completely different, right? So we do have some depression ones kind of coming up, some that explore like ideas of nihilism and feeling like, you ever met those people that you love them, they might be your friends or your family, but they feel like they have no purpose, they don't do anything with their lives. You know, I've this fucker right here. No, Aaron, but he was pointing at himself, guilty as charged. But no. So anyway, I got inspired by that. You know, and then also I had a close friend of mine, you know, take his life 2 years ago. You know, just and so that was pretty disheartening and difficult to deal with. So I definitely have a song talking about that. I appreciate you asking because I feel like this is something bands don't always get to talk about. People have to go read the lyrics, and maybe we like that and they figure it out themselves. But I'm an open book. I'll be like, this shit was about that on that day at 107, 47 hours after Tony gave me the homework. Exactly like that. Yeah, after he sent the demo and he mixed it down and he said, right.
Yeah. I always, it's always hard whenever you're on this side asking questions because I don't, you know, I like to keep the interviews fresh, you know, and whatnot. But it is very beneficial to have the people that actually create the art to explain what they were going through or, you know, what they were thinking of, because then, you know, like music is subjective, so you can take it how you want it. And I think that if someone knows where you were at headspace wise whenever that song was written or however it came about, it just creates a tighter bond, you know, and then they can, you know, support a little bit better, or, you know, maybe they'll get through something. I mean, I think that's why I keep doing this, right? Like this is my therapy on Sundays, is just to talk to you guys and you know, get your music out and get your message out. And I can't wait to see you guys play. I've seen these two on stage. I've seen them do it. Hell, and for those that don't know, Our lovely drummer here, Aaron, this is the guy behind the drums on the intro for the Texas Takeover. So just wanted to say,
Yeah. Oh,
dude,
that was such a blast. Thank you for having me on.
yeah, and now being able to, like I've said, carry the torch for the locals, and being able to have people like Aaron and Dylan on vocals, and John and Nigel and Seth. Yeah,
it was a crazy super
it
group.
came out. It came out really good. The radio station's pumped to have it. We're on episode 5. Actually, as of today at 8:00 on No Control Radio, will be episode 5, and then that's when Dethrone is going to play. God, or did it play last week? I'm lost. Last week, that's right. I was like, what? I was like, what playlist did I have it in? This one? Nope, that one. Man. But I'm glad that we got to share it, because like when it came through in the email, I was like, who's this? Played it. I was like, wow, this is kind of spicy. And then once we started talking, I was like, oh shit, because he's like, yeah, Tony and Aaron are going to join me, and I'm like, wait, Tony and Aaron are in the band? Holy shit! This is okay. Great,
surprise!
Great, this is gonna be a good time. So, surprise, motherfucker! Cheese, steak and fries, motherfucker. Anyway, I've had an excellent time. I really appreciate you guys joining me. Sorry for the kind of technical difficulties. I think I look forward to you guys. I know we mentioned it before, but like time frame wise, I don't care where you're playing, but like when did you guys say you might get on stage?
Aaron said, "Wouldn't you like to know?"
Wouldn't you like to know, son of a big? Get out of here.
We're aiming between like May and June. I think that'd be an excellent time. Yeah, don't hold us to it though, right? Because things can change. But honestly, if there's any bands that come across checking this out, just hit us up. I mean, we'll play with pretty much anybody at this point. Just want to make some friends and have a fun time. But May, June, that's got to be it.
Cool. All right.
And then every single week after that in the same city.
Yeah. Same
Wait,
venue.
did I accidentally just burn some people? I'm just kidding.
We're going to establish residency, and we're never leaving.
Yeah, H-Town. Right?
Well, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate your time. What are all the ats where people can follow you? Where can they support you? Like website? Can they get any merch, or obviously all your links?
So everything is at Cytera Band. Every single social media, everything. I know like some bands, they have them like all over the place, but everything at Cytera Band. And then most of our links, you can find them on you can find like a central hub on like Instagram, for example, or TikTok, or wherever you're at, whatever social media. And
where are you guys most present?
Most present? We are most present probably Instagram. I mean, like it's more like an archive, but like no, that's a hard one. I say we're most present on Spotify.
MySpace.
Dude, I'm sorry. I've been holding this back. For those listening, you have to jump over to the YouTube channel and you have to go look at Tony. Tony is the poster child for MySpace and emo music. The guy, you're gonna like, his hair is perfectly wafted, and he's doing like, I'm telling you, if you're listening to this, please, please.
Funny.
Watch this episode just to watch Tony's hair just just gloriously
naturally happens.
Shift. Yeah.
Dude, believe it or not, there was a time I cut it all off without warning, just suddenly. Like I made it short. Yeah, it was during the D&D phase, and like I forgot who encouraged me to do it, but like I chopped it, and bro, people were spitting out their water when we went live. I was like,
yes.
I was like, oh, I just committed a mortal sin.
Fucking, it's like whenever Raimi cut his beard, dude. That
bro,
talk about looking like not who you're supposed to look like. My goodness.
Yeah, the baby face.
Man, such a cutie pie. Love that kid. Aaron, you got any ats or socials that you? I don't know if you do. You still do your playthroughs?
Yes, so I took a pause on the playthroughs just for a quick sec because I am working on a solo project that I'm really excited about. So On my Instagram, for now, it's Gringo _ Goblin. But everything's gonna be through that. So that's just my, plug there for my drum content and stuff. But yeah, solo project about to be announced, and it's crazy. It's genuinely nuts. So I'm excited for that. All right, but that's me.
I've got nothing to
Any
say.
final? I was gonna say any final thank yous or shout outs to your mom.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron's mom.
Shout out to Aaron's mom. All right.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Dude, my mom's the best, man.
I'm sure she's great.
Shout out to you, Ryan, for having us, and we're
Thanks, man.
truly grateful to be here. And this is a podcast that at least for speaking for myself, I've been wanting to be on here for a while now. So yeah, glad to be here finally. And
cool, man. Glad to have you.
Thank you, dude. Shout out to you.
Thanks to everyone who's streaming our music. It's going to be really cool to see your faces at a show. And thank you, Ryan, for having us. It was really fun.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Appreciate you, Ryan. Can't wait to get into the physical studio once it's ready.
I know, man.
I'm looking at the wood behind you, and I'm like, I want to touch it. Yeah, there you go, just like that. And just got to say, everybody, thanks for streaming our music. Also, if you stream it too much, select side effects may apply. Reach out to your doctor. Get a second opinion or a third.
Remember, guys, only one Cytera per 8 hours. Apparently, that's
the
limit.
whole catalog per 8 hours. There you go.
Oh yeah. Not just one song. We're talking front to back. That is the recommended dose.
Next song's gonna be called Overdosed because of Ryan. Thanks.
My God, I'm so sorry. That's dark. All right, we're gonna end it there. You guys stick around. Again, my name is Ryan. Thank you for hanging out with us on the ATXMP podcast. This is Cytera. They'll be on a stage near you soon, hopefully here in Central Texas, sometime in the summertime. And obviously some new music. Go check them out wherever you get your listening pleasure from. Dethroned is the latest one out. What were the other two? Alice and Crave.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, just stream them wherever you want to. This will be out, pretty much. If you're listening to it now, you've already found the secret sauce. But again, thank you guys. You guys stick around for a little bit. We'll see you guys next time.